That's fun. Yeah.
You work in sales, Jervis.
Yes.
Has the Model Y been a conversation starter with your customers?
100%.
Tesla Model Y was a top-selling car during its launch month in Singapore in September 2022. And there are now more than 450 Model Ys on Singapore's roads. What makes this car so compelling? Why are we seeing more Teslas in Singapore? In this video, I'll speak to Jervis,
Hi.
a new Tesla Model Y owner, on why he picked Tesla's electric SUV. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla. Welcome to the channel, Jervis.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself and your car ownership journey.
Yes, okay, so my name is Jervis. People know me as the founder of J&A Real Estate, which is a millennial real estate team in Singapore. Car ownership journey-wise, I've changed 4 cars in the past 5 years. Yeah, 4 cars. This is my first 4-door car, surprisingly, and my first SUV. So this has been the car journey. Yeah.
So there are a lot of news, a lot of firsts here. You've been driving for 8 years, yes?
Absolutely, 8 years, yes.
Most of your cars you mentioned before, they were either 2-door cars or
Yes.
sedans. What
Yes.
suddenly made you pick an SUV?
Okay, so of course, right, I think it's family planning. So I just got engaged with my then girlfriend, now fiance Penny.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. Last year, November. And you know, I have always been driving a 2-door car, and I was thinking it's quite hard for me to put my future kid at the backseat of my car, right? And so that's how I got into a 4-door car. An SUV. And finally, I didn't expect to change to a Tesla, right? And I never expected myself to change into an EV, right? And the reason behind that is because of range anxiety, right? But I stepped into the showroom, I watched a lot of Daren's video, and you know, I watched almost all the video of the reviews of all the different car owners, so I'm so happy to be here. And that gave me the assurance that I should just give EV car a go. Yeah, so that's how I changed to Tesla. Yeah.
This is your first EV.
First EV.
Watch some YouTube videos and you thought,
Yes.
okay, these people sound like they knew a little bit.
Absolutely, knew a lot of it, and this I decided I could change it. Yeah.
As your first EV,
Yes.
how is it compared to all your previous ICE cars so far? What's the biggest difference or
Yes.
change?
I love it because I travel a lot as a real estate agent. I travel, I think, maybe even 200 click in 2 days, or even sometimes like in 1.5 days. So petrol fuel saving is one thing, right? I used to have to pay about $190 per 5 days. Now I'm paying like $60 a week sometimes, right? It is crazy cheap. I think that this EV is amazing as well because sometimes when I'm ferrying my clients, or sometimes I'm ferrying my fiancée Penny, right? She can just rest in the car. She don't have to worry about any combustion. Don't have to worry about the carbon monoxide, right? Just sleep in the car for an hour or two, and you know, she can enjoy Netflix or even YouTube. Yeah, so I love this car. People's are perfect.
That's one of the benefits of EVs. You can sleep in the car,
Yes,
no engine to turn off.
absolutely, no engine at all.
You've been saving about 3 times the cost.
Yes,
compared to
3
fuel.
times. Yes,
You are traveling a lot on the roads.
a lot. Yes, yes.
Number one question everyone will ask you then is,
Yes.
how do you charge your car? What's your charging routine?
Great. Okay, so my office is in Oxley, right? So it's in the Ubi area. I stay in the west, right? So if I'm at home, I will go to West Coast Plaza to charge, right? Because I don't stay in a landed home, so I don't have a home charger. But if I'm in the east, I love to come to Katong V. So this is where Katong V is. This is one of my favorite places because of how wide the lots are, you can see. And there are a lot of good food options here when I'm charging my car. So I will always charge maybe every 2 days, right? A full charge gives me about 420 km in terms of range. It's more than enough. So every 2 or 3 days, I'll come and charge at Katong V. Yeah, this area.
Is it inconvenient for you to charge every 2 to 3 days?
I thought it would be inconvenient, but you know what? It isn't. Actually, I would have to thank the Tesla car because it slows down my pace of life sometimes, right? So I feel that 20 or 30 minutes sometimes, if you don't want to eat, right, you can just sit in your car, you can reflect about life sometimes. You can watch some like, you know, value-adding YouTube videos, right? And I love it. I think it's not inconvenient at all. Yeah. Contrary to what some people say. Yeah.
So let's check out the superchargers.
Yes.
To talk to Jervis a little bit more about his charging routine and what he likes about this car so far.
Okay, so welcome to my favorite charging spot in Singapore, right? So thankful that we have a lot here. Okay, very simple when it comes to supercharging. What you gotta do is just plug this out, right? And then it will auto open, okay? It's so cool, right? You just have to insert it in. And then once it flashes green, it's charging. So you just have to wait a little while. And the best thing is, you see it's charging now. You can just take a look at your phone. As you can see now, 7%. It's not 8 hours. It's still taking some time for the battery to heat up. So it's like an hour now. And yeah, that's it. It's just like this, so simple. Yeah, 35 minutes.
That looks really seamless.
Yes, it is.
Some people are wondering, okay, are you going to be standing here all 20-30 minutes to charge? What's
Yes.
happening?
Yes, you should. No, I'm just joking. You shouldn't. So what you can do is you can sit in your car, right? Because it's not an ICE car, it's an electric car, right? So you don't have to worry about polluting the environment. You can watch on Netflix or YouTube. I love to go to somewhere nearby to eat sometimes. So if like 35 minutes, I can have a meal, I can come back. It also limits my eating time, so I can go back to work, right? So yeah, this is what I'll do.
Fast charging, is it okay to keep on fast charging or do you try to mix with slow charging?
Okay, so I have always been using fast charging, maybe 80% of the time fast charging, 20% of the time slower charging. I've heard that there are some issues if you were to charge the battery all the way to 100%, but what I heard from the Tesla, the dealer, right, he told me that if I were to charge this 100%, there shouldn't be a problem at all because it's a newer model. So yeah, I think there's no problem.
We've heard the same as well. If you're driving a rear-wheel drive version, like Jervis Model Y, you should be able to charge all the way up to 100. If you're driving a performance version, because it uses a different battery chemistry, they normally recommend go up to 90%.
See, I learned something new even when I'm in this video.
Right now,
Yeah.
on charging,
Mm.
how's the charging availability in Singapore? Do you think it's enough or too little?
Okay, I think it's enough, but not too much. So I hope that there'll be so many places that we can charge. But every single time I want to charge, there's always going to be a lot. Just here, right? Just now when with Daren, right? It was the first time that we saw Teslas queuing for a supercharger. Never seen it before. But yeah, this is my first time I ever queue. If not, through the screen, when you press supercharging, you can see how many lots there are. So you can plan your destination.
How do you open the front?
Right here on the phone. And this is what I love about the Tesla car because everything is controllable from your app. I don't need to bring my car key, right? And it's like, yeah, that's how I open it. Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. So
Yes.
you work in sales.
Yes,
Has the Model Y been a conversation starter for your clients?
100%. Because a lot of my clients, they like to drive ICE cars, right? So they ask me like, what's the reason why you have the confidence to change into an EV, especially when I've been driving ICE cars in the past. So great conversation starter, and not only with my clients, but also with the Tesla community. Because when we see each other on the roads, we get to say hi, we talk to one another, we have the same problems, and we also share the same joy. So yeah, it is.
What has been your most joyful experience owning a Model Y? What do you love the most about it?
Wow, okay. So I used to drive two-door cars, right? So it's quite weird for me to open the back two doors, and so that space there is great. I love that you can see the trunk. It's so huge that we can fit two humans here. Two humans.
Adults.
Adult humans, right? And I love the fact that, when you are charging, you get to watch YouTube, you get to watch Netflix. And sometimes for me and my fiance, because we work in the same place, right? So at night when we charge, it's a very good park tour time, the 20-30 minutes of quality time that we get to spend in the car, right? I love that. I love it that there's so much space in the car. It's so minimalistic. It's so tech-centric. Everything is controlled with the center console, which is your screen, right? I love it that because I'm not someone who love a lot of buttons. So the minimalism of the car makes me fall in love with it so much better.
Falling in love, park tour. This car is also good for camping.
Yes.
So in some countries, people activate camp mode. They put a small mattress inside, sleep, enjoy the night,
Yeah.
turn on the
Yeah.
fire mode, the
Yes.
fireplace mode.
Yeah.
Everything is warm and cozy. What do you wish was different about your Model Y?
Wow. If I can just think of one, I think it'll be the sunroof. I think it gets hot, right? Especially in the afternoon. But I could get it tinted a little bit more. Yeah, I haven't done it. I think that's one. Secondly, I think it's really nothing else that I'm not changing in this car. Let me think. Really nothing. I love everything about this car.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's a great car. Again, first few months, maybe it's honeymoon period.
Yes.
But I think one of the great things about Teslas is that the cars have constantly improved. So we're going to head to the front seats of the Tesla. We hear more from Jervis about his experience using this car. See you inside. It is often said that Tesla's software is best in class. Is it hype or reality?
For me, it's reality. I love it. I think I haven't had a car that has like a screen at the center. You get to control everything from the screen. You get to have like Spotify, right? I'm a huge listener for podcasts. So to me, I think being able to select, when I'm parking or when I'm at a traffic light, is important for me. I get to search songs that I want to, right? Like this. I love it that you have the browser as well. I always show Love Bonito to my fiance because she loves Love Bonito, and shout out to them for creating amazing clothes and also increasing our spendings. But you get to shop online as well, right? When I'm driving, my fiance gets to shop. I love it that there is YouTube, right? This is also a place where I get to watch some of our home tour videos from a consumer point of view or catch football highlights. So like, I'm an Arsenal fan. This is not good news to me. Stuff like that. Netflix as well, right? Netflix, you gotta watch some of the videos when you're on park mode, when you're charging, right? You gotta watch Netflix. I always watch this with my fiance when we, after work, right? At like 11 p.m. or like 11:30 when we are charging our cars, we get to watch, like, she gets to watch her Korean dramas, right? I can watch some documentaries that I love as well. Yeah, so tech-wise, I think it's not a hype. It's definitely a reality. Yeah.
How does Tesla's software compare to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto?
Yeah, I have been an Apple user for like, I think 7 or 8 years of my life. I love cars that has Apple CarPlay. My previous car had Apple CarPlay. So honestly, it took me like maybe a week to get used to the fact that there's no Apple CarPlay. But what I got was, I just got a mount, right? And then I can just mount up my phone like this to use Waze if I want to. You can see, so the Waze screen can be here. I think that for this, the platform on the screen is amazing. You get to access Google Maps, right? So don't worry too much about traveling from a destination to another destination. It has been quite accurate for me. So yeah, I think just a week or two, you'll get used to it.
You've owned many cars over the past 8 years, 4 cars before this.
Yes.
Tesla has a very different design philosophy, different way of driving with single pedal driving. How will you rate this car? Like on fun, ease of drive, the ownership experience, everything.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 in comfort, 10 out of 10 in entertainment. But why is it a 9? Actually, it's a personal problem. Okay, I'm someone who I have this habit of charging my cars last minute or pumping petrol for my cars last minute, right? So it's not good if you have an EV because you definitely need to plan your charging location. But Singapore, there's so many superchargers and so many chargers. SP Group, we have Shell as well. So it's never really a big worry. But for me, someone who have a personality like mine or always so rushed, right? It's just like something that you have to consider. Yeah.
This car's a 9 out of 10 for Jervis. Another thing about Teslas is that owners give their cars a name.
Yes.
What have you named this Tesla?
Is that true? That owners? Oh no! I haven't given it a name, but if I were to think of one, since this is my first SUV, right? I think the white Rhino sounds like a cool name for it. Because it's white everywhere. It's like white seats and white exterior. That's all I can think of. Nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah. This car is a beautiful white inside.
Yes.
And also outside. So if some of you watched an old video with Jermaine's Model X, her car, she named it Pixie. So that's a cool thing, a lot of ownership. Yeah. Owners can really customize the car a lot here because of the software, for better and for worse. So software is very good, but one potential downside some people are concerned about is if they're driving autopilot, sometimes in the past, they notice phantom braking, the car may brake by itself.
Yes.
Or because everything is so reliant on this 15-inch touchscreen.
Yeah. Rarely,
the touchscreen goes black like midway in driving and they need to reset it. Have you experienced any of this before?
Okay, so thankfully, it's also maybe because I've owned this car for only less than 2 months, so I've not experienced the screen turning black. But if you talk about phantom braking, no. But when I'm on auto driving mode sometimes, right, especially when you're turning bends, right, sometimes, the car will off the auto driving because they feel that you're driving a bit too fast in bends, right, because you get to control the speed of auto driving through your screen. So I think only those problems. I'm not someone who can trust really easily when it comes to auto driving, but I can tell you one thing, if it's like, from an expressway from one end to the other, it's like 9 km, when you press the auto driving, right, it's life-changing. Because you don't even have to put your feet on the accelerator pedal. Yeah. So I'm just taking some time to trust the auto driving. Yeah, but yeah, no phantom braking. Yeah. At all.
It's good to hear. The autopilot is lifesaver, especially on road trips. I'm planning a 8-day Model Y, hopefully performance, road trip around California. So stay tuned for that.
Wow.
Thank you, Jervis, for giving us a look at your Model Y and your experience owning it so far. Pleasure. What's one tip you'll give for someone who's never owned an EV before, thinking about a Tesla?
I had a lot of resistance before changing to an EV, but I can kid you not, there's no regrets changing to one. Fuel savings, entertainment, and it's so cool to own a Tesla. So try it out for yourself. Yeah, try it out for yourself.
Where can the rest of us find you?
You can always click on our YouTube link below, or you can just search us out on Instagram anytime. Yeah.
Thank you,
My
Jervis.
pleasure.
If you found this video useful, please click the like button, hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fun. Wow, I didn't know you can fit two humans inside.
Yeah.
That's so cool, right?
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
We barely fit, but we fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.